There are some experiences that only happen once in a lifetime. And for the city of South Pasadena, well, they were privileged enough to experience a special piece of the Special Olympics 2015. As a host town to both Morocco and Paraguay, lives were changed, hearts were touched, and true service was rendered.
We had a lot of meetings in January preparing for the food for the athletes, but nothing prepared us for the moment that they walked off the bus and they walked down and we greeted them, and they had such big open hearts, and it was so exciting to greet them. The Special Olympics here and the South Pasadena city to welcome these great people, because not only I was born in Paraguay, I was also a former athlete. I did fencing so many years ago, so this feeling of being with them is amazing.
أهلاً، أنا اسمي ألكسندرا أليكسي بيسموني. أنا عايشة هون بساوث باسادينا ومتطوعة مع اللجنة اللي عم تتعامل مع سبيشال أولمبيكس في ساوث باسادينا. أهم شيء بالنسبة لي كان هو حسن الضيافة في ساوث باسادينا. لجنة ساوث باسادينا مهمة كانت كتير بالنسبة لي. نحن في ثقافتنا العربية حسن الضيافة أهم شيء. طبعاً بما أنه ساوث باسادينا بيتي، حسيت أنه كان شغل التعاون اللي صار تنخلي الفريق المغربي وفريق الباراغواي يحسوا حالهم ببيتهم. كان شيء مهم بالنسبة لي، هيدا كتير مهم بالنسبة لي. والتعاون طبعاً بين كل المتطوعين كان شيء مهم أيضاً.
It's amazing to have different international teams come and be our guests for the Special Olympics. It means a lot to us, and we're really happy to welcome them to our town.
I think it's inspiring to see all these athletes come together in a local environment. I mean, we don't have things like this go on very often, so it was great to partake and be there and support.
I felt really privileged to play with athletes that are actually from a different area, and it was an honor. It was really fun. It was a fun experience, and it was cool to be exposed to something that I've never been exposed to before.
Because we were serving them 9 different meals, we became friends with them. We developed relationships with them, and some mornings, you would be tired and you would get there, and then here they would come, and we were so happy to see them, and they were so happy to see us, and we just developed a special camaraderie and relationships with them that I had no idea was going to happen, and it really touched us, and it was a gift. The entire experience was a gift that we're so lucky we could be a part of it.
Gracias por el pancito que podemos compartir juntos. Gracias por tus pensamientos y cuenta. Espero que las guardas hasta la edad de 60. Gracias por tu paciencia buscando el nivel de mi frecuencia.
Estamos muy agradecidos y felices por recibirnos. Y estamos unidos para ganar. Estamos muy felices con el equipo. حبيت الجو، كل شيء تمام مليح الحمد لله. باسادينا مليحة وأهلها كلهم تمام الحمد لله.
El deporte es salud. no meternos en cosas, no tomar bebidas alcohólicas y el deporte es salud.
El fútbol para mí es muy importante porque también, como dijo ella, evitó que yo entre en malas compañías y mejoró mucho mi salud también porque tengo problemas de respiración. O sea, soy alérgica y me ayuda a respirar mejor.
Primera vez subirme en un avión y estoy muy agradecida a todos. Y con la gente también estoy muy agradecida.
Mateo Paqueres soy, atleta de natación soy.
Es la primera vez que estoy subiendo aviones y viniendo por aquí. Y les pido millones de gracias. Y gracias por todo y el apoyo también. Estamos muy agradecidos.
Puedo sacarte de mi mente y quiero una nueva vida.
I know this is just a starting point for me. This is only the beginning, and this is a great board to spring off of. But they're all going to hear that this is only the beginning, and I hope that everybody understands it. What Special Olympics can do for this portion of our population, that I don't know that people even knew this portion of our population sort of existed. And it might be Paraguay and Morocco, but we have those same athletes here living with us. Seeing our town, that was one of the biggest moments that I shared with Lisa. Was the first day, it was just Paraguay, and I can remember getting dropped off at Paraguay's hotel so I could ride the bus into town with them. And I was really scared nobody would show up. And Claire dropped me off and then came home, and then within 5 minutes, she usually texts everything, but this time she actually called me with a voice phone call, which is a miracle, and said, "Mom, you would not believe how many people are on the streets down here." Training was just amazing to see them, to watch the coaches work with athletes and the seriousness they had in their training. And I know I loved watching the skaters. I can see that just being around these athletes and what their joy, that can go spread further, and to be able to have that all the time and teach their children who do not have intellectual disabilities that they're the same as children who have intellectual disabilities, and find those things that unify them. That we teach everybody we're all the same people, no matter what. And that sounds like an age-old kind of saying that we're all the same, no matter what, but you have to keep putting it back on the table and reminding people. So I hope that's what it does for South Pasadena, and we'll see. And I have a feeling that they had special feelings. They had those chills. They had that, I can't believe that, that we're doing this, and that those athletes are doing this. And they had all the feelings, so that they can carry forward and not just end, and it can create a legacy. That'd be nice.
No. I think when we saw the athletes interacting with the community at various events, especially I think that last event at the Therese and Mario Molina's residence and South Pasadena Chinese American Club just were so wonderful and fed all these athletes such wonderful food. We got to see community members and youth come in and dance with these athletes. We thought, wow, how wonderful. It was so touching. And I think since I am a parent of a child with special needs, I hope this community continues with that spirit and that generosity to give to our kids in this community and our even young adults in this community who have special needs. So I hope that continues and carries over, and we can just continue to support everybody who has a disability.
I try to stay away from using the word inspirational because it kind of sometimes can connotate that you expected less out of them and that they exceeded your expectations. But for me, it was just seeing them, and they're such happy people. Maybe it's because they come from different cultures and because their cultures are just more expressive and they come from places where they sing and dance and talk all day long. And I don't know if there should be any reason that non-special needs people should be any less happy to see us. But just the way they bonded with us right from the beginning, and the way the South Pass students, especially the high school students, bonded with them so quickly, even though they're supposed to be able to speak some Spanish, but they refuse.
Usually there's always that awkward,
yeah,
like is somebody gonna get up, and it was like boom.
And after the dance at the Molina house, almost all of the high school students came up to me and said, "Thank you so much for inviting me and getting me involved in this and telling me about this." Because they had such a great time just bonding with the athletes and just dancing like nothing matters.
We just forged a really beautiful friendship. And that's one of the blessings when you get involved in something like this is we grow as women and we grow as a community, and friendships grow from it too. Plus we've made all these friends now in Paraguay and Morocco, so that's a big part of it too, is the friendships.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
It's something that I just saw Tim Schreiber say the other night in one of his speeches, is that you don't give to the Special Olympics, you join the Special Olympics.